Alright, so this is the story of Steve the starry-eyed salamander. So, it's a beautiful new day on the African savanna. The sun-kissed grass sways steadily in the breeze as the dark red sun sets slowly in the west. Here we find Steve the salamander. He spends his day avoiding predators, talking to his friends, and he owns a gun. I don't know why. He just does. So one day, Steve is walking down the watering hole, and, oh, fuck. He sees this fucking, giraffe, and he's like, yo, what's up, my dude? Why are you down here at the watering hole when you should be out in the fields eating some of them dank leaves? And the giraffe is like, the fuck, bruh? I'm just trying to get some water like every other fucking animal out here. And Steve's like, well, shit. I guess you're right. So he leaves the giraffe alone because the giraffe clearly wants nothing to fucking do with him. And he goes up to this fucking he goes up to this rock where his neighbor salamander, Samantha, has been chilling. And Samantha's like, yo, what's up, Steve? Why the fuck hasn't your kid been to daycare or something? And Steve's like, well, shit, Samantha, it's because he's been biting kids' ears off and shit. I don't know. I don't watch him. He's not my kid. And Samantha's like, isn't he your kid? Because you're supposed to take care of him and stuff. And Steve's like, nah, but that kid's a faggot. I swear to God, every day he's in his room just watching those fucking Chinese cartoons and posting them on Mongolian basket weaving forums. That kid's a fucking loser. Ugh. So anyway, he pieces out Samantha, and he's like, alright, I need to use this fucking gun, because I have it, and I have no other use for it. So, he goes to the city, I don't know which one, apparently it's in the African savanna. He goes there, and he finds a guy, and he fucking kills him with the gun. Because he gave him a funny look or something. Now, racked with the guilt of killing another living creature, so having killed this other guy, he's now racked with the guilt of taking the life of another living creature, having to live with the fact that this guy had his own life, and he now had his own life, had people who cared about him, and now all those people have to deal with the loss of their dear friend, Charles, the clam. So now that Steve has murked this fucking clam, he's racked with guilt and doesn't know what to do. So he falls into an alcoholic depression where there is no happiness to be found. And all his friends are like, oh, Steve, what the fuck happened to you? Used to be a cool guy, and now you barely talk to us. That's because Steve is sitting at home, fucking, staring at his reflection in the mirror, wondering, how could I have let this happen? I used to be a good person. But truth is, none of us are good people. Because we all have things we regret, and we've all had things that we've done wrong. But Steve, he killed this fucking clam. He's like, well, shit. Now I gotta deal with this. So, he goes back to where he killed the clam, even though he's left it there for like 3 fucking days. He takes the clam and buries it. And he now has to deal with the fact that he always has to look over his shoulder at every little fucking thing because, oh, fuck. Because someone might have seen him kill this clam, and that, the police are always going to be at his back. They might be there. That's fucking pee. Alright, so he buries this dead clam in the forest or grass or whatever. And he goes back home to his loving wife and disappointing son. And he has to fucking feel like, has to fucking put up this act like nothing happened. So his wife is like, yo, Sam, no, yo, Steve, you're not the person, I've known you for so long. What the fuck is up? Because you're acting so strange. And Steve, knowing he can't say what's actually wrong, is like, well, shit. You know, it's not the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean. And his wife's like, what the actual fuck are you talking about? That has nothing to do with what I asked, and you're avoiding the question. So Steve has to think of something new. Not some random bullshit. Like always. So he says to her, well, people change over time. It's not like we're always the same person from day to day. And so I was like, bullshit! You did something horrible and you don't want to say it. Now, Steve is worried because she's right. Oh, fuck. He did do something horrible, but you can't say that. So he tries to dodge the question with another question. He's like, well, why the fuck did you let our kid be such a piece of shit? All he does is watch fucking Chinese papercraft tutorials and post on that fucking and post on the internet about fucking cartoons and never amounted and fuck. I lost where I was going with this. So he dodged the blame. He told his wife that their son is a failure, and he went to work. Steve works this fucking this job. I don't know what he does. But what I do know is that every waking moment he is thinking about that fucking clam he killed. And he cannot focus on his work. So his boss is like, yo, Steve, You've been slipping these past few weeks. What the fuck? Now, Steve, being your average guilt-ridden alcoholic, is like, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Maybe it's fucking global warming. We live in the savannah. It's very hot here. Things can happen. And his boss is like, bullshit, you're fired. Get the fuck out. Now that Steve's lost his job, he doesn't know what to do. He can't support his family, can't support his drinking problem, and he can't support the lie of the person he killed. So now, every day, so he can't confront his wife with the fact that he just lost his job, and that he'll probably never get another one. So now, he's on the street begging for money. Like some fucking, I don't know. He's not homeless, but he's begging like he is. A professional beggar. That's it. So now that Steve has fucking lost all sense of life, or lost all sense of worth, he's like, well, might as well kill myself. Fucking door just opened on its own. So, with zero will to live, and no one who will be sad if he's gone, he decides, well, might as well jump off a bridge. So he goes to the bridge that's in the middle of the savannah for some fucking reason. And he's like, well, this is the end. And his friends are like, dude, the fuck are you doing? And Steve realizes that he should probably just own up to what he did. Yeah, what he did was horrible. He could probably never make up for what he's done. All the pain he's caused to his friends and family. But you know, fuck responsibility. So he jumps off and dies. The end.